Godzilla is now in New York City.
Monster 01 and 02, commence the attack.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to this bonus episode of Stomp This Way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think I promised this movie a long time ago, but we're finally getting around to it. Andrew, what movie am I talking about?
Well, we're talking about Ultraman Zearth 2, Superhuman Big Battle, Light and Shadow.
That's right, all one title.
It's a big title.
It's a big title. Thanks to whoever uploaded it on YouTube so we could watch it for free. It's a nice transfer, too. It's like
HD.
It's transferred straight from the Blu-ray disc, so there you go. But anyway, so there really is not a lot out there on this movie, and I didn't have time to do some deep research dives, so all I found is that, Akiji Kobayashi, who played the captain in the original Ultraman series, we saw his picture in that little scene where Ide is sees the tower rising up, and he's like, "Dad," and he turns around and looks at the picture. Well, he was supposed to reprise his cameo as the fisherman from the first movie, but passed away during filming, sadly, so he was not able to. So they just put his picture in there. A third Zearth film was planned, but scrapped in favor of Ultraman Tiga and Ultraman Dyna, Warriors of the Star of Light, which we've already reviewed. Yeah. Check our archives, it's there somewhere. And this film was released April 12th of 1997, according to the thing I read. Although I think the subtitles on the disc said something about November of 1997, but I'm not really sure. Anyway, who knows? So I'll just go ahead and do the cast and crew and stuff, and we'll just get out of the way. No box office information, obviously. I have no idea if this was even released theatrically, if I'm being honest. But it was directed by Kazuya Kanaka, written by Kazunori Saito, and starring Masuharu Sekiguchi, Takaki Ishibashi, Noritake Kinashi, Yuka Takaoka, Hiromoto Okubo, Mariko Fukushima, Koji Moritsugu, Ichirota Miyakawa, Takashi Kaga, and Uno Kanda. And the plot is, after being beaten by Ultraman Shadow, Zearth becomes terrified of battle and resigns from MYDO. With Zearth in hiding, the evil Lady Benzene begins brainwashing people and kidnaps Toru. But after training at a local dojo, Zearth regains his confidence and beats Ultraman Shadow, and in the final scene he rejoins MYDO as credits roll. I reduced that down to 1, 2, 3 sentences.
3.5.
3.5. This film is 66 minutes long, so it's closer to feature length than the last one. I think it was 50 minutes, so added on 16 minutes. But anyway, we're going to listen to the trailer, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about it. Probably be a pretty short and sweet episode. But here's the trailer. All right, we're back. So, Andrew, it's been a few weeks since we watched Ultraman Zearth. I think, what did we enjoyed Ultraman Zearth for the most part, right? I don't remember any of the details, but I kind of forgot it. Watched it from my mind. yeah, this weekend we just had some extra time, so we
Yeah.
decided we'd sit here and watch Ultraman Zearth 2, and it starts out with a very bad CGI chase through Antarctica, I guess.
Yep.
And, the prologue is Ultraman Zearth getting beaten up by Ultraman Shadow. It's kind of funny because
Yeah.
he gets, like, some brass knuckle attack, and he punches one of his eyes, and, like, his eye turns red. And, anyway, yeah, he gets beat up, and then we get the title sequence, and, we go back, and he shows up to work with an eye patch, and then he, like, resigns because there's a scene where he, like, I guess Toru has a little brother. Was the little brother in the last movie?
Mhm.
Was he?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I didn't remember that, but okay. And he's like out on a boat dock, and for some reason,
Rival Dojo.
rival dojo kid. It's kind of like Karate Kid, but what's the guy? What's the human name for the Zearth guy? I don't know. Zearth is human form. He's sleeping in a boat out there or something for some reason.
Who knows?
And he gets up and he's gonna help his little friend, but one of the kids kind of look like they're dressed in black clothes, kind of like Ultraman Shadow. So he like has a flash of it back to the brass knuckles hitting him in the face. So he like cowers down and gets beat up. So then he resigns from MYDO, and then this evil looking woman rolls up on a bicycle, and I guess they have two new team members.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Koji Mortsugu, who of course is Dan Moriboshi himself.
Yeah.
He's the captain this time around, and they have this other guy who's I've seen him in other stuff, but he's like a techie nerdy guy. He's got like a laptop that's like strapped to his chest.
And then they have that.
And then they have
robot
alien cyborg thing that like pumps the gas and takes the credit card payments.
Yeah.
And anyway, yeah, so he resigns, and then the evil alien lady shows up, and I guess she figures out that, he's one of the MYDO members of Zearth, and I don't know, she turns out to be the evil lady Benzene. Remember Benzene from the last movie?
Yeah.
This is his wife. Ooh, and she starts like, I think she sends out Ultraman Shadow again to like draw out Zearth.
Yeah.
But then Zearth, he received like a capsule monster from his dad, and he doesn't even know what it is. So he just like chunks it at the
monster
at Shadow, and it turns into a capsule monster. There's a lot of throwbacks to Ultra 7 in this show, I guess, because Koji Mortsugu has such a bigger role. So they have the little capsule monster. And then she sends out a capsule monster of her own, Darklar, and they fight. And then, I don't know, it's interesting. The good one has like force lightning powers, and I don't know.
Beats the dark one.
She beats the dark one, but then like Shadow gets recharged and beats it, and and Zearth calls it back. And Zearth, by the way, to regain his confidence, he's gone to this little dojo that Toru's little brother goes to. And he's like, teach me that move. So the instructor gives him a task of kicking this soccer ball that's like way up in the air. So he spends most of the rest of the movie doing that. There's not a lot of Zearth in this movie. Like, he shows up in the opening scene.
A lot more of his human form.
A lot more of his human form. And then he shows up at the final fight, obviously, when he regains his confidence.
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, how were you enjoying this movie through the first half or so?
It was alright. I don't think it's as enjoyable as the first Zearth movie.
Yeah, it's this movie is called a parody, but it's awful light on the parody. I think it would be more accurate to term it, I don't know, a self-aware Ultraman spinoff.
Yeah.
It would be a more accurate term.
The first one is more of a parody.
I felt that the first one was a bit more parody-ish than this one. This one more, like I said, just kind of, it was more like just another Ultraman spinoff that, like I said, was kind of, I mean, it had in-jokes, obviously. A cameo from everyone still living from the old shows, basically. We had, the guy that played Go Hideki, he's like a newscaster, an anchorman or something.
Yeah.
And Ide's like, we see him, he's like eating dinner when the MYDO tower comes up. Fuji, she's back. She, in the last movie, she was trying to take a picture of the ship coming out of the billboard, and she has another scene in this one where she's doing something similar. Obviously, but Dan Moriboshi is the captain of the team. Shin Hayata, Satsuma Kurobe, he's in a scene where he gets brainwashed. And he does the thing again. He has a spoon and he holds it up like his beta capsule. Who else? One of the other guys from the original, from the first 2 shows, he's the strong man or whatever. He's a reporter or something.
Yeah.
And there's probably some others I didn't recognize right off the bat. But yeah.
Yeah,
Lots of cameos. And, they do have some funny bits. Like I said, the black eye thing at the beginning, or the red eye thing, I guess. And then, the whole him being terrified of everybody trying to fight him.
And, jokes when the cameo people come along.
Yeah, every cameo basically comes with some kind of joke. The 2 cast members that this time got promoted and they're like at corporate or whatever, every time they come on, they're like way over the top and ridiculous. There's a couple of very, I would call them sexual scenes, like when the techie guy like hacks into their computer, basically like rapes the computer because he like plugs in his USB cord or whatever, and she's like, "Ooh, not there! Oh, please don't touch me there." I'm like, whoa. And then later, I made a comment about the scene in the first movie where Benzene and his like a slave monster like had like the power exchange or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, there's when him and his wife are like talking, and he's like, "Ooh, you're a terrifying lady," and she like blows a kiss at him, and he like catches it, and it's like delicious, and then they like start trading like their yellow chest powers, and they're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm like, whoa. A little much for a kid's show, maybe.
Just a little, maybe.
Just back off a little bit. But no, so we get into the kind of the second half of the show, and Lady Benzene's, like I said, she's kidnapped Toru, she's brainwashing people, and the MYDO team goes out on their, what do they call it, Sky Shark or whatever.
Sky Shark.
And the techie guy thinks he's discovered like a beam that will destroy Ultraman Shadow.
Yeah.
But when they go out to Shadow Island or something, when they shoot it, like he puts like a protective shield over his color timer, reflects back and destroys their ship.
Yeah.
But Zearth regains his confidence, gets out his little toothbrush, transforms into Zearth, and he goes and fights Shadow, and he learned that drop kick move he wanted to learn, but then she recharges Shadow, and they fight some more, and they do their beam war thing, and he lost the beam war in the beginning of the movie, but now like there's the scene where like he's starting to lose, but then like his mouth opens and it like goes flashes blues, and then he like does the X beam thing, and he wins. It
was kind of odd.
It was kind of interesting, and then he wins, and then he flies off in victory and rejoins the MYDO team, and credits roll. Yeah. And it's over. There's a lot of that little kid screaming in this movie.
Yes.
Zearth! Zearth!
Zearth.
Lots of him screaming, but that's okay.
And all the extras screaming Zearth.
Yeah. Lots of the extras. But it is what it is. Like I said, it is kind of light on the comedy this time around. Like I said, it's
more serious.
It's more like just kind of your more typical Ultraman show. I mean, not serious. I wouldn't say serious.
It's not serious.
But it's not really making fun of itself like I kind of would want out of a parody, which is a little, and it is a little long, I think, for what it is. It kind of drags, unfortunately.
Even though it's only
66 minutes.
66 minutes.
I thought the last one at 50 minutes was about the perfect length. This one, it drags a little bit. I mean, you come here for the fight scenes and things, and the fight scenes just aren't all that great. Like I said about the last one, I wish if they were going full on parody, I wish they'd just like make fun of all the tropes of we have in Ultraman and their fight scenes and everything. But they kind of try to play it just like pretty typical Ultraman fight scenes. But I mean, it's not devoid of entertainment.
No.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right. I'm glad we get to see a high quality version of it, unlike some of these things we have to watch.
Yeah. Some of these things are iffy.
Yeah. You want to do creature design real quick?
Why not?
We have Zearth. Looks the same as he did in the last movie. He's like this red, almost insectoid looking outfit.
Ultraman guy.
Outfit, yeah. We have Shadow. He's like black and gold and red eyes. Basically evil Zearth.
Yeah. Then we have the robot.
The credit card robot machine monster. It's like the yellow, the coin eating monster.
Yeah,
it's
was
like
a coin.
looks like that. Just
But it accepts credit cards.
right, yeah, and his hands are like credit card machines, and it has like a Teletubby TV thing on its stomach. We have Dark Lar. It's like this pretty typical Ultraman like monster with like a tail, and
then we have the capsule monster.
Yeah, what was it, Maclus or something, and it was kind of looks like
it's making fun of that one
Ultra 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember. They had it back in Ultraman Z, or no, they had it back in
the last one we watched.
No, it wasn't from. It was from. Yeah, what was that one we watched? Ultraman. Oh my God, I am totally blanking out. Not Ultraman Max.
No, it's the one.
The next one. What if we just watched? I even liked it, huh?
X.
No, not Ultra 7X. It's on before that. Ultraman. Hold on. I can see him in my head. Ultraman.
Max.
No, it was on Max. I already said that. Max. What was that called? Oh my God. I'm having a total blank out.
Mebius.
Ultraman Mebius. Yes, although this came out before Ultraman Mebius. I think it's originally from an Ultra 7 thing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
And
he looks, kind of like he does before.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of a rip-off version. Were there any other monsters? Lady Benzene. She's the female version of the one from the last movie. She's got like elf ears going on and maybe a little bit more pronounced breasts. Yellow glowing breasts. Yeah, I think that's all the monsters.
That's all the monsters.
Effects, I mean, they're not good. I mean, they're bad, but because it's a parody, maybe I'll give it a break. Whatever.
They didn't want it to be really good. I don't think.
And then score is a lot of the Ultraman Zearth theme song and the MYDO song. Did we have the MYDO song last time around? I can't remember if we did or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did.
It's entertaining enough, I guess. But you gonna do final thoughts on this movie?
Why not?
Sure, go for it.
Well, this movie, it's not the worst thing I've sat through and watched. There's probably a worse that we're gonna watch.
Have watched and will watch, I'm sure.
Yes. But it's entertaining. I don't think it's as entertaining as the first Ultraman Zearth, but it's still pretty good. It's not bad by any means. And effects are bad as usual because it's a parody. I don't think they want it to be that good because they're trying to make fun of the effects in the actual Ultraman. But the monsters look cool. They actually designed some monsters for this one. 2 new monsters. Those 2 capsule monsters, whatever their names were, I can't remember.
New in quotes.
Newish. And I like Dark Ultraman, Dark Shadow, whatever.
Dark Shadow.
Ultraman Dark.
Ultraman Shadow.
I know. Ultraman
Dark Shadows from My Hero Academia.
Dark Shadow.
Speaking of which, we gotta watch the 100th episode that just came out today.
But it's alright. Score is good. Score fits this movie perfectly. Over the top. And acting, it's what you expect from a parody movie. Over the top.
Yeah.
And it's funny at times. I think I'm gonna give this movie a C-.
A C-. Yeah, this movie, like I said, it's kind of light on the parody. I kind of complained about this in the first one too. I really wish there are so many tropes and things that you can exploit with Ultraman. I think maybe part of the problem is that Super Aya is making this movie, so they don't want to make fun of themselves too bad. But that being said, I mean, there's a couple of funny jokes in this show. It's still only 66 minutes. I still think it could have been about 15 minutes shorter, but it doesn't drag on too long. No. It's just kind of an semi-entertaining, lighthearted Ultraman outing. Yeah, I wish it was funnier, and I wish maybe if it's not going to be funnier, I wish the action scenes were better maybe, but it's not too painful to sit through. I'll give it a D+. It's all right. You could probably skip this one, not miss too much, but Anyway, I think our next project we're gonna try to before, like I said, we're taking a bit of a break from Ultraman. We're waiting for the Mega Monster Battle or whatever Blu-ray from Mill Creek to come in before we continue on. Before that comes in, I do want to watch the Ultraman, or what is it, Hanuman and the 6 Ultraman brothers or whatever from Thailand, and review that for you guys because that is an experience. We have watched that one before. But then other than that, it might be a little bit before we get to the next, chronological Ultraman movie. But other than that, I think we said July 10th will be the premiere date for the new Ultraman Trigger Next Generation Tiga, right?
Yeah.
So look forward to that. I'm sure they're going to simulcast it on YouTube like they did Z. I'd be shocked if they weren't. And then there's, like I talked about here a while ago, there's a new Ultraman anime movie in the works at Netflix. And then the Shin Ultraman got pushed back till next year because of COVID, but that'll be coming out within the next year or so, hopefully. So we got a lot of Ultraman stuff to look forward to, Andrew. We might or might not ever get the season 2 of that Netflix Ultraman show. I don't know.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. But other than that, I think that's really all we got for you this week. It's going to be a short and sweet episode.
Yeah.
Trying to get through some of these bonus episodes on the main feed. The next episode, or the episode that's going to come out around the same time, will be Peter Jackson's King Kong, and then we'll be, wrapping up. We'll be doing, the Clash of the Titans remake. We'll be wrapping up the Kong series with Kong Skull Island, and then wrapping up the Clash of the Titans films with Wrath of the Titans, and then we'll be getting into Tremors soon. So lots to look forward to on the main feed as well. But other than that, as always, thank you for listening. I'm Aaron.
I'm Andrew.
I guess I should tell you that you can always contact us at stompthisway1954@gmail.com. We're also up on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Stomp This Way. Andrew, what's their website? What's our website?
Our website is, you can find it at www.stompthisway.podbean.com. And you can find a lot of interesting things.
Find all kinds of things over there. But for real this time, this is all we got for you. I'm Aaron.
I'm Andrew.
And we'll catch you in the next one.